Thank you for tuning in to the Coin Curiosity channel. I am Redacted9line, and I do thank you for tuning into this video as we go ahead and review some Roosevelt dimes. That should be all of the silver variety, so 1964 and earlier. These came out of a few coin books that we got in our mid-20th century coin collection purchase. There is an episodic series that you can click on if you would like to see some of the other items that we have already reviewed from that purchase, but decided to go ahead and do these through the scope to provide a more stable platform as opposed to me just holding them in between my fingers and providing a little bit more clarity of the coin itself. But just some background information on the Roosevelt dime, which is what we will be looking at. So they were minted from 1946 to present date, and we'll just use the year of 2023. The designer was John R. Sinnock, and the designer's initials can be found just to the left of the date and right underneath the bust or the neckline of Roosevelt. The weight for the silver issue and silver proof dimes is 2.5 grams, 2.50 grams. And the composition for the silver issue Roosevelt dimes, which were 1946 until 1964, is 90% silver, 10% copper, with a net weight of 0.07234 ounces of pure silver. So we'll go ahead and take a look at this first dime and get on our way. So this was the, again, front of the coin. So we have the date 1964 and some fairly good toning on the dime itself. Go ahead and flip it over. All right, here is the reverse of that dime. We can see the mint mark of D for Denver. They had minted roughly 1.3 billion of these silver dimes. There is a variety where there can be a double die reverse, and you can look closer into the word one dime, the two words, one and dime, which is where you will predominantly see that doubling. There is no doubling on this specific coin. So the 1964 Denver, and it has a straight tail for the 9. So hopefully everybody can see that. But yeah, they can have either a pointed tail or a straight tail. The pointed tail is a little bit more of a rarity, but they still had some significant values to them. But 1.35 billion, and your range can be from the silver composition value, so whatever the melt value would be for the current price of silver, all the way up to $225. So there we have the first dime. Let's go on to number 2. All right, here we have another 1964. And again, we have some beautiful toning on the front here. Hopefully it's coming through as best that it can. But let's go ahead and flip it. And as we can see, we no longer have the mint mark. So this is from Philadelphia. And again, it can have a pointed or straight tail. Doesn't really add too much value one way or the other. But the 1964 Philadelphia version saw just under $1 billion minted, and your value range is the silver melt value to a high of roughly $250. And let's go and take a look at that front one more time, just because it's got some beautiful rainbow toning. All right, here we have a 1963, and both the Philadelphia and the Denver version can have a doubled die reverse. So we'll go ahead and flip that and take a look at it to see which version we have. So we have the Denver minted 1963, and you want to look at the word America for your doubling, as well as the top of the torch here is where you would like to look for that doubling. But do not believe there to be any doubling on these dimes. You had a mintage of 421 million. And your value range is, again, silver melt value up to a potential price of $350. All right, we have another 1963. We call this the Leopard dime, which is probably not to be confused with leper, but spotted dime here. Another 1963. Let's go ahead and check the mint mark. All right, so now we have a Philadelphia version, 1963, and your doubling that you are looking for is going to be in the word United, and then also from the E plurib in the bottom of the olive. I believe that's the olive branch there is what you'd be looking at for your doubling. But 1963 Philadelphia, and I almost forgot to give the numbers. So we had 123,650,000, and your silver melt value for a minimum price up to $1,350. Again, depending on the quality of the coin and the buyer and seller. All right. Moving right along here, we have a 1962. And this one looks to not have as good of toning as the other coins have had. Let's flip it. So we have a 1962 Denver. 334,948,000 and some change. Your silver melt value to a high price of roughly $150. So not a, again, bad looking, and my apologies, no, but not a bad looking dime. All right, here's a 1961. And we still have the designer's initials, the motto, "In God We Trust." Let's go ahead and flip. We have 1961 Denver, which saw a mintage of 209,146,000 and change. And of course, your minimum price is that silver melt value, which is 0.07234 ounces. And your high price could be $225. Again, this was the 1961 Denver Roosevelt dime. All right, here's another one that has some pretty good coloring to it. It's a 1961. I'm going to anticipate that this is probably a Philadelphia version. Let's go ahead and flip, take a look. It sure is. No mint mark. It's 1961. 93,730,000. Your silver melt value up to a high price of $800. And this front of this had some beautiful toning to it. We're roughly halfway through. So we have 1959. We have a Philadelphia. So this was 85,780,000 for the mintage, and your silver melt value on the low end up to $200. But a good looking coin for 1959. Another 1958. I shouldn't say another. This is another Roosevelt dime. The year 1958. And that's some beautiful toning. And we have Philadelphia. And your mintage was 31,910,000. Your silver melt value for the low end price up to $2,250. Go ahead and take a look at that front end again. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, we have 1956. And let's check the mint. So we have Denver. So our 1956 Denver, 108,015,100. Your silver melt value up to $250 for a 1956 Denver. We have 1954 and just the patina, right? The toning, the coloring that is on the far side, but still great viewing of the bust of Roosevelt. But 1954, Philadelphia saw a mintage of 114,010,203 silver melt value to a high price potentially of $250. All right, we have 1953. No mint mark, so Philadelphia. And our 1953 Philadelphia Roosevelt dime silver issue saw a mintage of 53,490,120. Your silver melt value for the low end of this coin that you could potentially realize $850 on the high end. Again, it's all dependent upon the buyer and the seller and wants and needs. All right, here we have 1952 Roosevelt dime, Denver issue. So the 1952 Denver saw a mintage of 122,100,000. And again, your silver melt value to a potentially high price of $135. All right, here we have a 1951 Philadelphia. And again, we're looking, as you've seen on the previous coins, but the mint mark should be just to the left of the torch. So 1951 Philadelphia, 103,880,000 and some change. Your silver melt value for a low end price, potentially up to $100 for this 1951 Philadelphia Roosevelt silver dime. 3 more to go, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you sticking with me this far. All right, here we have a 1949. And let's check the reverse. So we have Philadelphia, and your potential mints were Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco, and West Point, though I believe the West Points did not come along until the more modern coins. So the non-silver issue. But you can find, again, the Denver and the San Francisco for your silver issues. So 1949, 30,940,000. And again, your low-end price for what you'd be selling it for, or potentially buying it for, is the silver melt value up to $1,000. All right, here we have 1947 with a Denver mint mark. This coin looks like it's definitely seen some better days. But 1947 Denver saw a mintage of 46,835,000. Silver melt value to a potential high price of $200. But yeah, this dime definitely seen a few better days. But it still has a good shine to it. All right, in the last Roosevelt dime, and the last of the video. So we have a 1946 San Francisco. Well, hot dog. I was not anticipating seeing that. Obviously, I understand that, yes, I have these. I could have already looked at them, but I don't believe that I did. I just took them out of the books, and so I probably wasn't even paying attention. So, again, now I just forgot here. So 1946, I apologize, everybody. 1946, San Francisco. And that saw a mintage of 27,900,000. And you have the silver melt value up to $150 for the potential high end of what you could seek. So overall, that is not a bad collection of dimes that we were able to pull out of the mid 20th century coin collection purchase. And again, these were not loose dimes. They were dimes that were in some old Whitman blue books. But we had a total of 17 that we had just reviewed, and they will be great additions for either the collection or potentially passing them along to another individual who could enjoy them and who may need them for their collection as well. So I do appreciate you, again, watching this video. If you made it this far, thank you very much. If you would be so kind and if you enjoyed the content, would appreciate a like. If you enjoy the coin videos, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can stay notified and up to date when new videos are uploaded to the channel. Thank you for watching. I have been Redacted 9line for the Coin Curiosity channel. Take care.